media platforms because today I'm using Ecamm. I haven't logged over here in a minute. So I need to make sure it's working. And it is. It's working. Okay, let me stop. All right, so I just so you all know, I just sent out a text message to my Text Mobile Club, and I am live on Facebook, my personal Facebook, YouTube, and I am also live on Clubhouse and my Facebook business page. And I just sent a text message out to my people so everybody know to get on whatever platform they want to be able to tune in on. Okay. So this is going to go all the way down. So yes. All right. So hello everyone. My name is Audria Richmond and I am a marketing and launch strategist. I pretty much work with my clients to show them how to master marketing, how to create a really epic product suite, and build their personal brand. So clients come to me when they're looking to get paid, when they're looking to really change the game with their business. And so that's when people come to me, but primarily because they want to be uncloned. And if you are new to our brand, to be uncloned means to challenge the norms and be the first to do it first. And oftentimes, when people are coming to us, in that regard, it can be quite difficult if you're not used to that, right? So I really want you all to understand that when we're talking about being uncloned, it's deeply rooted in trusting yourself. It's deeply rooted in you being different. It's deeply rooted in, okay, owning who you are, right? And so we're gearing up for a launch, and we're about to launch a new we're about to release 7 new products inside of our online shop. If you have not ever been to our online shop, I don't know what you're waiting on. You can head over to audriarichmond.shop and grab my book, Uncloned Marketing, How to Challenge Your Norms for Profitable Marketing Campaigns. We're actually going to be shipping books this morning. I also want you all to keep in mind that we're here to support you. The best way for you to be the first to get discounts on when we do new product releases is to get on our Text Mobile Club. Some of you all are here as a result of getting a text message, and some of you all are like, girl, what is that? Tell me how to get there. So if you are interested in joining our Text Mobile Club, you can head over to itswinningseason.com. You can head over to itswinningseason.com, or you can click the link in my bio on Instagram. Okay. Now, the way we're going to do this live stream, audio live stream, this is a test. Like I said, this is a test. So I'm going to see how this works. And if it works, this is going to become a staple in how we do our audio content, especially when we're just, doing audio only, because I realized that like everybody is not on Clubhouse, and everybody who don't have a Clubhouse don't want to be on Clubhouse. So, but I do enjoy being on Clubhouse, and I do enjoy being able to serve my entire audience and not be able to divide my community. And so that's why we're testing this out on multiple platforms. Now, let's get into the nitty gritty. Today, we're going to be talking about 4 phases of launching. Okay, 4 phases of launching. And the reason I want to talk about this today, like I said, we are about to release a suite of products. It's going to be called the UnCloned Social Media Collection and Website Audit. So basically, it's going to be a series of products that show you how to audit your Instagram, your Facebook, your YouTube, your LinkedIn, how to audit your website, and also how to audit your e-commerce site. So if you've ever said, Audria, can you look at my website? Can you look at my Instagram? Can you look at my whatever? We basically have put together 7 new products that is going to support you in doing that. If you are enjoying this style of content, especially if you're being able to kind of discover all the ways that I'm utilizing this, then make sure you tweet me. Let me know on Instagram stories that you enjoyed it. Feel free to shoot me a DM at Audria Richmond on Instagram. So yeah, here we go. So I have launched so many different products or services. It is ridiculous. Okay. I I have done, and let me also say this, when people think about launching, they always think about something really, really big launch. Like, I'm going to go do a $2, $3, $4 million launch. Launches don't always have to be that big. I want to make sure you all understand that. Also, let me say this because I don't think I finished my statement earlier. The way this live stream is going to work, or audio live stream is going to work, I am going to create the content, and basically that's what I'm doing now. I'm going to teach the content, and then after I teach this content, I am going to end the Facebook Live, the YouTube Live. Okay, so if you're on Facebook or YouTube, I'm going to end the live when we get to Q&A because of Clubhouse. Clubhouse, you cannot record people without their permission. So I'm gonna end the teaching aspect of this on Facebook, YouTube platform, and then I'm gonna continue the conversation on Clubhouse when we get to Q&A. So if you're on Clubhouse, you get the benefit of getting the Q&A, and if you're not on Clubhouse, that doesn't mean that if you have a question, you can't leave it. So just leave the question, and our team will go and respond to you after the live stream. So everybody's going to get their question answered. Also, tag some people that should be here. So if you're on Facebook or YouTube, tag some people who should be here. If you're on Clubhouse, ping some people into the room. Okay, so let's get it popping. Now, there are 4 stages or 4 phases of launching, right? And anytime you launch a product, whether it be big or small, you should be going through these 4 phases. Now, I will say this. It can be tedious from time to time to do all of these different phases. But if you look at most successful businesses, most successful brands, you will notice that the reason that they're able to, really have success is because they go through all of these phases. Okay. Now, if you master these 4 phases, or if you keep these 4 phases in mind every time you go to lunch, you are going to kill it. Okay, you're going to kill it. But again, it could be tedious. You might be saying, okay, what if I'm just launching a $20 product? Same process. What if I'm just launching a freebie? Same process. What if I just want people to follow me? Same phase. Like literally, if you follow these 4 phases, you are going to win. Now, I will also say that when we talk about this, it's super important for you to be taking notes. So hopefully you're taking notes. So let's dive in. So the 4 phases of launching, the first phase is called pre-launch. Pre-launch, and I'm probably going to use a movie as an analogy for today, because I think a movie does a really good job of all phases of this. Just keep in mind, even though I may be utilizing a movie reference, it doesn't mean that what I'm saying is irrelevant. Okay, because sometimes when I talk about different industries or different things, people always say, well, that doesn't apply to me because I sell hair, or that doesn't apply to me because I sell a service. Just listen to the analogy and the strategies, and ask yourself, instead of saying it doesn't apply to me, start to reverse that and ask yourself, how can this apply to me? Okay, so let's make sure we keep that in mind. All right, so the very first phase of launching is pre-launch. And pre-launch in the movie space is typically they're releasing a trailer, right? Y'all remember, Today Coming to America is coming out today on Amazon. And so when this came out, we've seen a lot of promotion behind it. You're starting to see all of the actors and actresses and the people who contribute to the movie doing interviews. They're doing Instagram lives. They're posting photos and graphics. They're letting people know this thing is coming. You need to prepare. They're showing you clips of the movie. They're telling you why they decided to remake it or add to it. They're telling you the importance of who you need to know and who's going to be new to it. And all of these things, they're drumming up all of this excitement so you can spend all of your time focused on saving the date and saving the event. So keep that in mind, okay? Whenever you're going through this process, the number one thing you're thinking about is how I need to save the date. I need to save the process. Meaning, if they say this movie comes out on March 5th on Amazon, there's a lot of things that's happening. Number one, it's now embedded in your head. Oh, I need to make sure that I make myself available on March 5th because this is where the money resides. You know what I mean? Like, you don't want to be that person that misses, especially if you want to be a part of the cultural conversation, right? You know how we get on social media. We always asking people, hey, what you watching? No, what you watching? Tell me about this thing. Tell me about this thing. So you want to definitely keep that in mind, okay? So just keep that in mind that like when you are, in your pre-launch stage, the whole job of pre-launch is to get people excited about the date. Okay. Apple does a good job of this. Movies does a good job of this. And I see a lot of the times small businesses say, well, I'm small. I'm not that big. Why should I get people drummed up? Can I just tell them that this thing is available and they can come and buy it? You can, but you didn't give people an opportunity to prepare to buy. You didn't give people an opportunity to prepare to engage. So that is the importance of why we do pre-launch, right? And your pre-launch stage is all about awareness. It's all about getting people excited. It's all about creating curiosity. And it's all about making sure people know where to be when it's time to give you money. Like literally write that down. Pre-launch is all about letting people know where to be when it's time to give me money. Write that down. Okay. You can tweet that. You can tag me on the gram, whatever makes sense for you. Okay. So the next thing you want to think about, okay, when we talk about launching, it's the second phase of launching, right? And the second phase of launching, right? The second phase of launching is your live launch. Okay. Your live launch is where the implementation and the complete launch of your marketing plan is taking place. During your live launch, you're promoting, you're sharing graphics. You're still doing a lot of the things from the pre-launch, but now you're actually asking for the sale. Hey, go to this thing and buy the thing. Go to this, because in the pre-launch phase, you might be saying get on the wait list, or go and save this URL, or add this to your calendar, or get on my text message list, or things like that. That's what you're telling people to do in the pre-launch phase. In the live launch phase, this is where you really amping up. Hey, we have this new thing. Here are the features and benefits of it. This is why you need this right now. I need you to go to www.blah, blah, 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 and sign up. And then let's talk about call to actions, right? So when we're thinking about call to actions, there are so many call to actions that you can get people to do, but I'm going to go over a few real quick just so you can write this down. So in the case of Coming to America as an example, the call to action was, right? The call to action was go and you got to hit Prime, right? I don't think it's released everywhere, if I'm not mistaken. I think they're releasing it exclusively on Amazon Prime, and then maybe they may release it worldwide. It did say Amazon Original, so we'll see if it ends up being on other platforms. But for the most part, you will be they're letting you know, hey, in the live launch, pre-launch phase, they're saying, hey, you need to go get Prime. Not only do you need to get Prime, but you need to make sure you go and save this to your watch list, so when it becomes available, you can watch it. Now think about that, right? They're letting you know, hey, it's on Amazon. So what are you doing? If you didn't have an Amazon account and you really want to watch it, you're going to go figure it out. And B, I think you had to have Amazon Prime to watch it. So if you didn't have an Amazon Prime account, you had to figure that thing out, right? So that's what's happening, right? They're letting you know, like, hey, these are the things you need to do to prep. So when it becomes available, do that. You will typically see women who do drops, like, product drops, or beauty drops and things like that. When people are like, hey, I'm about to drop this thing, what they're saying is save the date, be here at this exact time. If not, you're gonna miss out, right? And so when you think about your call to actions during your launches, there are so many things you can tell people to do. So for Coming to America, it was like, go get Prime and save and be ready to watch this movie. So my call to action when I release this social media bundle is going to be go to the site. Well, right now I'm in pre-launch, right? This is a form of pre-launch, this particular live stream, audio stream. This particular audio is a form of my pre-launch strategy. So I'm telling you, hey, if you want to get the discount, or if you want to be the first one to know, get on the text message list. If you want to be the person that, to know, to be the first to get it at the lowest it's going to ever be, go get on the text message list. Make sure you follow me. Make sure you get what I'm saying. Like, all of that is happening here. Now, the other thing that I want to bring to your attention, that the other call to actions you have, is to visit my website. Get, pre-order now, get on the wait list, shop now, send me a DM, call me, text me, apply now, follow me, email me, join Text Mobile Club. For the most part, if I had to give you a primary call to action to get the most bang out of your book, it would be to get people to get on a list of some kind, whether it's text, whether it's mobile, whether it's text message or email. Whatever you do when you're in pre-launch is to get people on a list. If you're not getting people on a list, you are wasting your time. Now, the only time I would say do something different, like follow me or whatever, is if you got retargeting pixels set up, okay? And you know that's going to be a part of your strategy. So in this case, let's just say, and I'm just kind of taking you behind the scenes on like the strategy. So right now I'm in pre-launch, right? And right now I'm doing this Clubhouse and Facebook Live and YouTube Live as a way to be able to introduce you all to myself, what's coming down the pipeline, and I'm getting you excited about what's to come, right? I'm telling you, hey, go get on the text message list because that's where you're going to get a discount. Now, if you mess around and don't get on the list to go get the discount, then guess what? When I'm out of that phase of the launch, guess what? When I'm in live launch and I have already told the people that's already a part of my community, hey, go here to get on the text mobile club, then when it actually released to the public, they're going to pay the regular price. Does this make sense? Right? I hope this makes sense. So when it releases to the public, it's like you missed the opportunity because when I was in pre-launch, I told you this is where you need to go to get the cheapest discount. This is where you need to go to be the first to know. So when you're doing your launch, you need to be thinking about the same thing. Okay, what do I want people to do in pre-launch? What do I want them to do? That way, when you get to live launch, it's all about the bag. Okay, it's all about the bag. Now, at this point, you can talk about the features and benefits. You can talk about why people need it. This is a great time to activate influencers and brand ambassadors. This is a great time to to start running your retargeting ads and letting people know, hey, we are live. Now is the time to come and get this thing. Okay. Hopefully this is making sense. If you have any questions, you can go ahead and raise your hand if you are on Clubhouse. That way, when we get to that portion of the room, we'll be able to answer your question. So make sure, let's make sure we keep the question to launching, y'all. Okay. I know how y'all get. This is not a pitch fest. Make sure your question is around launching. Okay. So we have pre-launch. We talked about pre-launch. We talked about live launch. Now let's talk about post-launch. So your live launch is over with, and you're like, okay, it's over with. Now, during your post-launch, you're still going to get a lot of that follow-up from the people who did engage during the live launch. Okay. These are people who find out about you later. Maybe someone who bought your product tagged you in a story and their friend just found out about you. And so during the post-launch stage, you're going to be getting this overflow of people who were participating in the live launch and the people they know. It's kind of like that ripple effect. Now, once you get past the post-launch phase, also in post-launch, you should be debriefing. You should be looking at, okay, what went wrong? What went right? What strategies worked? What strategies didn't work? What did I like? What did I not like? Those are things that you want to begin to think about. That way, when you are ready to relaunch, you can know like, okay, this strategy actually was a hit. I'm going to do that again. Matter of fact, I'm going to amplify that. Oh, next time I'm going to do this, etc., etc. So keep that in mind. That's what needs to happen during that phase. Okay. All right. The next thing that I want to talk about, and this is a strategy, if you are familiar with launching, you would think like, okay, I'm done, right? I've done pre-launch, I've done live launch. We were past launch. I'm done. I ain't nothing else to launch. There is a phase that nobody thinks about after doing a marketing campaign. Okay. And this phase is called evergreen. Okay. Typically, most people will pick live launch or evergreen. I believe that they coexist in the same space. Okay. That's my own personal belief that they coexist in the same space. And essentially, what does that mean, right? They coexist in the same space. Well, right after you do this big old live launch, right? And you done told everybody about it and all of that stuff. Let me tell you what happens in marketing when you're done talking about what it is that you have to offer. When you're not talking about your thing anymore, you stop getting sales. Let me say that again. You done did all this. You done got people all wrapped up and ready to buy this new thing. The new thing is now here. They're buying it. You've done your post-launch and you're like, okay, what's happening next? And then there's a phase where it's a time when your sales go dark. You're like, oh, I done got this thing. What's going on? I don't know what's going on, right? And so what needs to happen is you need to evergreen this offer now. This is a great time to activate your retargeting ads. That way, that someone is always talking about this. It could be your brand ambassador people always talking about your product or service. It could be your clients and customers rewarding them to be talking about your product and service all the time. This could be you putting a little footnote in your emails, letting people know that this thing still exists, that they can still be a part of it. Or it could be you putting it on Evergreen and running paid traffic or ads or doing collaborations with people to make sure that people don't let the product die. That's essentially what I'm saying. Like when we did our book launch for the UnCloned Marketing book launch, like when we did that, this book is still selling. This book, it ain't selling obviously as much as it was when it first came out, but this book is still selling. And I think it's important for you all to remember that when you are launching, the marketing should never, ever, ever go cold. The marketing should never, ever die. You're never, ever done telling people about your stuff. You need to be relentless with letting people know about what it is that you offer. You need to be like losing it. Like, hey, I need you to go and do and get to this thing and buy this thing. Hey, remember this thing I have. People say all the time, Audrey, you're so confident when people always say you're so confident when it comes to sales. Yeah, because I know the thing I got is going to help you. Some of you all are afraid to tell people about what you have because you don't want to be perceived as spam, or you don't want to be perceived as doing too much, or you don't want to be perceived as, oh, okay, I already been talking about this thing for like 2-3 months. Why do I still got to talk about this thing? Look, okay? You are not honoring the new people that's followed you today. You're not honoring the people who want to give you money. You're not honoring the people who want to shout you out. Because this is the thing that you have to remember. You have to remember that, let me give you an example. Let's say today I stop promoting my book. Okay, I stopped telling y'all what I have to offer. I'm done. I ain't talking about it no more. I'm done. Let's use that as an example. Let's say I'm not telling you ever again about the book. And let's say I get, 50 new followers or 100 new followers on Instagram tomorrow. And all they see me doing is talking about myself, and they never hear me talking about what I have to offer. Don't you think that it's kind of rude that these, 50 to 100 people who just follow me don't even know that I have this book because I'm tired of talking about it? You can never get tired. And when you get tired, you need to hire somebody who ain't going to be tired. And when they get tired, you need to hire some new people who ain't going to get tired. You have to be relentless. And I hope you can hear that in my voice. You have to be relentless with letting people know how to do business with you. You have to be relentless and letting people know how to give you money. We did a whole live stream on Instagram the other day. If you haven't watched it already, please do so. It's on my IGTV. It's called How to Get to the Money. And I talk about how you need to stop making it hard for people to give you money. Okay. So I just want to leave with this. Okay. Before we open it up for Q&A, you have what it takes. You are not spam. People want what it is that you have to offer, and allow people an easy process and an easy way to give you money. Okay. So I want to let my YouTube, Facebook community know that I'm going to end the live stream. If you all have a question, leave your question in the comments, and we're going to go back and respond to every question. Also, if you want to be notified when we release this new social media bundle, make sure you head over to itswinningseason.com and get on the Text Mobile Club, or you can click the link in my bio on Instagram. I'm ending on Facebook, and thank you all so much for participating.